Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is CryptoTakeOver coming back with another video again for y'all this evening. And we had a big dump on us, flash crash. It was a pretty big percentage dump, pretty much a Bart Simpson pattern that got put in here. Can we expect more downside? Are we looking to push back up to retest our 10K area? What's going to happen? That's yet to be determined, but we're going to dive in to the TA here with Market Cipher. And if y'all are brand new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I make a video every single day on Bitcoin. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So if y'all are brand new to the channel, I do use the Market Cipher indicator by CryptoFace to go over TA charts on Bitcoin and give y'all daily updates on what it is telling us. So with that being said, here on our 30-minute, we're going to start here. We can see that our money flow is starting to move. It's still red now. We could have probably played off of this red money flow moving down. Our green money flow was starting to move to the downside, then it finally turned red. That's when we had our big flash crash. And the reason I'm starting on the 30-minute is because I really just want to get an idea of what money flow is telling us here on the 30-minute. It still looks like we have further downside to complete, especially because our red money flow. Now these bigger waves here are the anchor waves, and our smaller waves would be the trigger waves. Now this big green dot would be somewhat of an anchor wave. This could be considered a trigger wave. Now we just want to see when our money flow is going to start to move back to the upside here. So not quite bullish just yet here on our 30-minute, but we're taking a look at our 1 hour. We had some blood diamonds there as well on our 30-minute too, which indicate that we could be seeing some lower prices as well. On our 1 hour, we were trying to trend out of this red money flow into the green money flow, and then we had another big sell-off back to our red money flow area too as well. So we didn't quite make it out of the woods with our red money flow. We kind of started to move up there in this percentage right here, back up to that 10K area at about 10,200. And then we had that same Bart pattern Simpson that Bitcoin likes to do to us sometimes, right back down to where we started. So it did look like we were ready to get really, really bullish at about 9,600, and then we flash crashed down to almost like 9,200-ish area. So right about 9,300. I think even on Bybit, we hit that 9,200 area. So I know that a lot of my paid groups that I am a part of got stopped out during this, which is fine. There were some people that did go short, which congratulations to them for calling this, and didn't quite get that move anticipated too much. I think even CryptoFace got stopped out here too as well. But we're trying to do our best. I just feel like it's really, really murky waters right now for us to be trading, just because a lot of our higher time frames and lower time frames are not lining up just quite yet. And what we want to see is our higher time frames start to line up with our lower time frames. And so we'll kind of dive into that a little bit more here. But I still feel like it's very choppy and murky waters right now to be trying to trade this. So as of right now, we're kind of staying out of the market. My Patreon group is also on the same page with me too as well, so I'll be keeping them updated on the next move that we can see. We can see that we were testing our 200 smooth moving average here on our 2 hour. Still looking like it wants to hold support, but how much support, that is yet to be determined. So last time we touched our 200 simple moving average or smooth moving average on our 2 hour, it was a while back. We hadn't really tested it, so this is our first test of it. And to be honest, it does look like it wants to hold as support right now, but we're going to have to keep an eye on this and just determine what's going to happen. So we do know that our bears are in control based on the candles closing below our VWAP here as well too on our 2 hour. So let's take a look at our 4 hour here. 4 hour money flow is still red right now. Probably coming to put down in some bigger. We do have a big anchor wave here. This could be our trigger wave to send us back to the upside, but that is yet to be determined. Right now we are holding support at our 200 EMA, which is our green and yellow here. And we do have a somewhat of a death cross with our 21 and our 50 here on our 4 hour. If our 50 crosses below our 100, our 50 is the blue EMA. If that crosses below our 100, then we probably will be expecting a little bit of a squeeze here. To be honest, this kind of is very similar to a descending triangle from what I can see how it's playing out right now. So we just need to be wary of that this could end up being somewhat of a descending triangle pattern to then send us a little bit lower. And we can mark that extension to see exactly what it could possibly, what that extension could send us down to. It looks like it's about a 1% move to the downside, maybe to retest that 200 EMA as well once again. So I feel like we're going to get a squeeze here, more or less, probably between our 200 and our 100. And then from that squeeze, we'll see what exactly is going to happen from there. Our money flow is still in the red here on our 4 hour as well. So we just need to take that into consideration. But hey, y'all, if y'all are interested, please sign up for the newsletter. I do giveaways. I do altcoin chart reviews. What my Patreon members get, I then send it out as a newsletter a little bit later on as well. So please feel free to sign up for the free newsletter. I will be sending out a newsletter probably by the end of this week. So please stay tuned for that. And what I share with the Patreon members, they get first, obviously, but then I'll share it with y'all eventually, such as how I get my indicator set up, how I get my Wills buy sell signals set up, the buy and sell signals y'all see here. Also, I want to do a video on how to set up the Aldo EMAs, how I get these EMAs all in one indicator, so that way y'all don't have to pay the premium price of TradingView to have a bunch of EMAs on your screen too as well. And you can actually edit it here in settings and everything too. So if I go into Aldo EMAs, I have all these EMAs available to me right now that you can basically swap in and out. So it's a private code, or it's a customized code that we actually created in one of my paid groups that I'm a part of. So if y'all want to check out all the paid groups that I am a part of, I have all the links in the description box below as well too. But I do plan to send out some more newsletters for y'all. Also, I'm doing a giveaway at 5,000 subs for Ledger Nano S. So make sure that you are subscribed to the newsletter, so that way I can get in touch with you if you have one. But the channel is growing, so I appreciate everyone's support and acknowledgement. Just keep sharing this videos, liking and commenting. Feel free to message me, y'all. Like I like to respond to people. Like I'm just more of that type of person that loves to communicate with people that follow me. So please feel free to reach out to me through a comment, through the Discord or Telegram group. Y'all are welcome to. And then also I have the Patreon group as well. The prices will be changing here by the end of the month, but for right now, for the $20, you can get the Patreon page and my Signals page as well. And the Signals group is located in Discord. It's a private channel. So once you join, I'll give you access to my private Signals group as well. But that price will be changing by the end of this month. So if you want to go ahead and lock in your price now, get signed up before the price changes. But for $20, you can get the Patreon group and the paid Signals group as well too. The Discord group is free for the most part. There is the paid service in there as well that I will give you access to once you become a Patreon member. But for right now, part of the Discord group is free, so you can chit chat with me in there, and that's where I'll mostly respond to you if you have any questions, is in Discord. And then also I also have the Telegram group, which is also free, and I do updates for everyone in there too as well. So feel free to join the Telegram group to stay updated with if I send out a newsletter, if I make a new video. Sometimes I send out the private videos in there as well in the Telegram group. So go ahead and join that Telegram group as well, so I can stay in touch with you. We're going to take a look at our 6 hour here. So we did see that kind of somewhat of a descending triangle being put in right now from the looks of it, or from at least what I can tell, it kind of looks like a descending triangle. So on our 4 hour, we haven't gotten a buy signal just yet. 6 hour, no buy signal either. money flow is still kind of trending to the downside. I feel like that we're finally probably going to put in that red money flow here. We do have an anchor trigger wave, but money flow is still trending down. So money flow will be actually will outbalance the anchor and trigger waves too as well. So be sure to use proper risk reward. But for right now, I feel it's safer to stay out of the market. If you are leveraging, please use low leverage and do proper risk management. What I want to see is wait for a bottom here, and then once we kind of can signify that there's a bottom, I'll be ready to possibly go long. Now, if something changes and I get another signal from one of my paid groups and I analyze the market for a short possibly, then yeah, I'll send that signal out to my paid Patreon members that I feel like it's safe enough to go short. But for right now, we're kind of just waiting, and the waters are still pretty choppy. Our time frames are not lining up just quite yet, so it causes me to want to stay out of the market right now too as well. Money flow still moving down here. Not a big anchor wave just yet, so we want to see a big green dot here on our 6 hour, or this is our 8 hour, on our 8 hour. And I believe that if we hold this support here at our 100, it might not be for very long. Once we get squeezed out here, I would imagine that we'll come back down to test this 200 EMA. So once we get squeezed out by our 100 and our 200, or I mean, sorry, the 21 and the 100 EMA, I feel that we'll probably break to the downside, and that will probably play out this descending triangle. So it may be a possible short entry for us too. I'll keep y'all up to date in the private signals group. If y'all are a part of it, thank y'all very much. And so for the 12 hour, this is where it was just extremely choppy waters, and you know, we weren't expecting this huge drop just quite yet. So because we had our buy signal put in, I felt like it was safe for a low leverage long. And then just because some of the lower time frames just weren't matching up, something didn't feel right to me, to be honest. I felt like I was getting rushed into the market, you know. And so then it's like, you know, a couple hours later, we had this sell signal because of our sell-off here. So it does kind of look like we are breaking below our 50 EMA on the 12-hour. So we just kind of need to be aware of that and try and see how the market is going to consolidate out here, because even on our lower time frames, the market is just moving sideways right now. I mean, if you're literally trying to trade this, it's probably not the best idea, because there's no big moves to be had here, you know, and you're just probably going to try and guess which direction the market is going. So that's why I really want to wait for a confirmation and maybe some other patterns to line up for us before we decide to move in on this. Our money flow is starting to trend downwards on our 12-hour as well too. As you can see, it's kind of having this rounded top here, maybe ready for a red money flow side, and possibly to put in some anchor trigger waves for us to move to the downside here pretty soon. All right, yeah, so please feel free to get signed up for those things, y'all. Links in the description box below. TradingView, I use the Pro Plus plan. Now, I did just put a video out in my Patreon group as well, on the Patreon page, about how I have Market Cipher set up. Sometimes it doesn't look exactly like yours does, and that's because I have a bunch of the settings moved around and stuff too. So I just put out a private video for my Patreon members on how I set Market Cipher up as well. So if y'all are interested in that, y'all can become Patreon members and check that out too. Also, in the Patreon group, I also talk about two major altcoins that I am in heavy accumulation of right now, because I feel that they are going to outperform Bitcoin. One may even 1000x later on in the future, and the other one could possibly even flip the market cap of Bitcoin itself. So we are going to be in heavy accumulation of those, and with confluence of the other paid groups that I'm in, that it seems to be the way it's going to play out. But I do use the Pro Plus plan. Y'all can get signed up for that and help support the channel using the link in the description box below. Also, Ledger is doing a special right now. If you buy a Ledger Nano X, you get a free Ledger Nano S with it. So please use the links in the description box below if buying and hodling is your strategy, or if you just want to dollar cost average. I find it best to sometimes just dollar cost average, and not try and compound by trading. Although compounding, can be a good route to play if you do know what you're doing. And that's really the main key, is like, if you don't know what you're doing in trading, then don't try and just hop in there and start trading, because there's a huge learning curve with it. But I feel like we've been given this time to harness a skill that will last us a lifetime, right? And that's really what trading is all about, because you can go into these other markets, commodities, gold and silver, and trade those. And that's why I've spent the money on Market Cipher. I've paid for my education, basically, right? And that's really what it comes down to with the paid groups that I'm also in, learning so much from them as well. So Ledger is doing that free Ledger Nano S when you buy a Ledger Nano X. So use the link in the description box below if you like to buy and hodl. Even if you like to trade, you're going to need a Ledger Nano X for cold storage as well too. If y'all do want to leverage trade, I would recommend using Bybit, but at the same time, please use the testnet first. I'm literally one of the only YouTubers that ever talks about testnet. Please use the testnet first. So get signed up in the link in the description box. Ask chat support how to access the testnet, and basically you can fake trade BTC on there. Make sure that you're profitable. Make sure that your algorithm is working before you actually deposit your actual Bitcoin on there. Perfect. And then if you are a USA citizen, Prime XBT allows USA residents to trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, EOS. You can trade the S&P 500, gold and silver, and some other fiat currencies as well, all using Bitcoin. So check that out if y'all are interested. I do use the Brave browser to browse the web. Simple way to start earning passive income. So if y'all are interested, as y'all can see, I've been earning BAT token the past couple of months while using the Brave browser. The Brave browser is super lightweight browser. It'll allow you to browse the web through an ad-free experience while also earning BAT token as well. So the only ads that ever pop up are in the bottom right hand corner, and you can opt in and out of this if you want. But if they pop up, you just click them, and then you'll earn a percentage of BAT token that you can later withdraw. It actually connects to your Uphold account. So you just connect it to your Uphold account, and all that BAT token you receive goes directly to your Uphold account. And then you can withdraw it from there to your bank account if you'd like to, or tip other content creators, such as myself, that have signed up with Brave browser as well. So in the YouTube video, I think on Twitter, you can see if you can tip that content creator with the little Brave icon or whatever, or I think it's the BAT icon actually, the Brave basic attention token icon, and then you can tip your content creator using BAT token of what you have stored in the wallet on the browser. And then also, if y'all do want to start mining Bitcoin, I would recommend using this browser without having to use ASIC miners, get all that set up, and getting super technical with mining Bitcoin. Instead, you can just use CryptoTab Browser. I'm using it on 2 different laptops right now, older laptops that I just don't have any use for really anymore, but you can also use it on old tablets or old phones too. You basically just sign in with your Google account, and then you can start mining Bitcoin straight from this web browser. Super simple way and process to start mining Bitcoin and start earning a little bit of passive income, right? And then also, y'all, so we're gonna jump into our 1 day here. And our 1 day is something that I've really been looking at, and it's looking a little scary right now, to be honest. Well, if we would have played off of the sell signal here, that would have been nice. So if some of y'all that had been subscribers to my channel way before, I did send out a video on how to set up the whales buy sell signal, and y'all could be using this right now too. Y'all could even create a bot around the whales buy sell signal that I have set up here too if y'all wanted to. I think 3 commas allows you to set up bots as well too. I would like to eventually set something like that up once I feel like I have the time for it. But yeah, if y'all were early subscribers, y'all did get this private video on how to set the whales buy sell signal up. Now that video is only available to my Patreon members, so y'all could have played off of this if y'all had the knowledge to set this up. But then also, we are breaking our 21 EMA support as well. So that leaves me to think that, well, we need to come back down and retest this 50. And what we've been seeing on some of the lower time frames is that our 100 and our 21 are going to squeeze us. So our 100 is at about 9,700, and then our 200 EMA, 200 daily EMA is about 8,800. So I would say that we're probably going to get squeezed probably on our 1 day too. We're probably going to break below this 21 EMA and then get squeezed as this 100 starts to come up too as well. So I was thinking what I had told my Telegram group was that we had a nice little bounce here with the doji, and I was thinking we were going to go to the upside, and then I think literally a big whale came in and dumped like 4 million BTC or something. I can't remember exactly what the numbers were, but they dumped a crop load of BTC on the market, sent the market crashing, and who knows who it was. You know, it could have been Mr. Craig Wright himself. I think that, you know, that whole debacle was supposed to go on this month too as well, and honestly that could be why we're starting to see a big sell-off. I had talked about it in previous videos about February just being a high volatile month, but then also maybe how this could affect some of the crypto market as well if he does have rights access to the tulip trust, right, and selling off from there too. But I do feel like we're going to get squeezed here from our 21 and our 100, and maybe even come back down and retest this 200 EMA, daily EMA as well, at about 8,800. And I had been calling for that in older videos too. I just thought that we had the bounce, but nope, not quite. It was a fake out. So we are trending below our 21. We'll probably come back down and retest this 8,800 area for the most part. So money flow is starting to trickle off there. Our 2-day money flow kind of peaking here with some greenish territory. But it doesn't look strong enough to send us super high right now. So our 21 EMA is at about 9,600 here on our 2-day. So we'll just keep an eye on that if we can hold support there, or whether or not we break. So this is probably going to be another confluence that I'll take a look at as our 2-day, just to see what's going to happen at our 21 EMA as well. Big anchor wave starting to come back down to the downside. So we'll keep an eye on this if we still have enough momentum. Heikanashis are turning red right now too, indicating that we could see a little bit more of a sell-off if we have another big red Heikanashi candle moving to the downside as well. Our 3-day still green Heikanashi candles as well, but our 21 EMA is at about 8,900. So if we come back down and retest this 21 EMA, I feel like that's would line up with our 1-day as well too. Money flow is still in the red just a tad bit, but as you can see, this is why it's so choppy waters right now, is because our time frames are just not lining up just exactly right. Some are saying, you know, down, some are saying up. So I feel that it's still pretty risky to be trading this right now. I think even CF is pretty much saying, hey, this is risky stuff to be trading, but if you are, good luck, you know, and use low leverage if you are. So we'll just kind of be in confluence with that for right now, and we're just kind of waiting to see what's going to take place. So even here on our 4-day, we can see that maybe we still need to come put in this money, this red money flow here on our 4-day. We need to come back down and retest some of this too, which could lead us to that 8,800 area. So 5-day also, money flow is still looking really nice. So from our 5-day to our weekly, I feel like that it's still like we're still going to have a nice run up, but we need to see some retracement at, I would say, to probably about 8,800. Now, if we want to put in a short, I'll keep y'all updated on that. But for right now, it's still to be undetermined right now. And we just want to wait to see, probably getting squeezed between those 21 and that 100 EMAs to see where we break to, if we do break to the downside or not. But our 5-day to our weekly is still looking relatively bullish for the most part. But a nice healthy retracement will be necessary. Somewhat of a Heikanashi here being formed on our weekly as well could send us a little bit lower, as you know, here in the short term, probably by end February. So we might not reach that 12K by end of February, but moving on into March, we'll have to see if market turns around on us and see if we can continue to push to the upside. I feel that a healthy retracement is necessary for right now, but it's still very choppy waters right at this moment, and we will stay continued with this later on, and I'll be doing updates and videos every single day for y'all as well. Like I said, the Patreon private signals price will change in the near future, but y'all can go ahead and get that price locked in now for the $20, and y'all will get both the Patreon page and the private signals group as well. But just to be prepared for that, let's take a look at our monthly, and then we'll go ahead and sign on out here. Monthly, still nice big candle here. We're gonna have to see how this closes though. If we close below 88, that won't actually look too bullish. You know, it'll be kind of a shooting star candle for the most part. So we'll have to wait to see how February closes for us to see whether or not we're going to continue back to the downside or continue our upwards trajectory here. I would say but a nice healthy retracement would be nice to then send us back up and to regain some bullish momentum for us as well. So y'all, thanks for tuning in today. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram if y'all like to. Y'all can access me through there. Y'all can also message me if you want to. And then also on Telegram, Discord, feel free to reach out to me as well on there too. With that being said, CTO is signing out. I'll talk to y'all on the next one. Oh, let's do one more thing really quick. I just want to give a shout out to all my freaking Patreon members. They have been freaking rocking it, showing major support for us as well too. So let's give one shout out to them real quick. Shout out to Black Wagon, BTC Punisher, Coin Chris, Greg, Hippo Yui, Ayuk Un, Jonah, Justin Bryant, Conrad N, Mr. James H. Hunter, August Dogensoy, Paul A. Keller, Pike 379, Shane Stein, Unique Object. Shout out to Shane, man. He's been doing great. He's told me I pronounced his name wrong. So, hey, thanks for the support, y'all. I really appreciate it. I'll keep y'all up to date on what the next move should be, and we'll stay tuned from there. CTO signing out.